You didn't choose who you're attracted to. That might sound strange, but the science is clear. Attraction follows patterns that were wired into you long before you ever went on a first date. And most of those patterns? They're operating completely beneath your awareness. Today we're going to pull them into the light, because once you understand the dark psychology of attraction, you'll never see your own feelings the same way again. The first force driving your attraction, the familiarity effect. You're not attracted to what's good for you. You're attracted to what feels like home. Psychologist Robert Zionk discovered something called the mere exposure effect. The more we're exposed to something, the more we like it. Applied to attraction, this means we're unconsciously drawn to people who match emotional patterns from our earliest relationships. Real-life example. You keep ending up with the same type of person, emotionally unavailable, chaotic, or controlling. And you can't understand why. It's not bad luck. Your nervous system recognizes that pattern as home, even when home was painful. What to do with this? When someone feels intensely familiar very quickly, slow down. That feeling might not be chemistry. It might be repetition. The second force, misattribution of arousal. In other words, fear can feel exactly like love. In a famous 1974 study, men who crossed a scary suspension bridge were significantly more attracted to a woman they met afterward than men who crossed a safe bridge. Why? Because physical arousal, racing heart, adrenaline, heightened senses, gets misattributed to the emotion most available in that moment. Real-life example, you meet someone during a crisis, or an argument that gets resolved, or a wild, chaotic night. And suddenly you feel deeply, powerfully connected. That intensity might not be compatibility. It might be adrenaline wearing a disguise. What to do with this? The most electric connections aren't always the healthiest. Sometimes calm feels boring, because it doesn't trigger that same physiological rush. But calm is often where real safety lives. The third force, the scarcity principle. We want what we can't have, and we want it more the harder it is to get. Robert Cialdini's research on influence shows that humans assign more value to things that appear rare or hard to obtain. Real-life example. The person who texts back immediately feels less exciting than the one who takes 3 days. The one who's clearly interested feels less compelling than the one who runs hot and cold. Your brain is interpreting unavailability as value, and it's wrong. What to do with this? If you notice you're most attracted to people who make you feel uncertain, that's not passion. That's your brain's scarcity response. Real attraction can include consistency. The fourth force, attachment style matching. Your wounds recognize theirs. Attachment theory shows that the patterns we developed in childhood, secure, anxious, or avoidant, shape who we're drawn to as adults. Anxious and avoidant types are particularly drawn to each other, creating cycles of push and pull that feel completely addictive. Real-life example, you want more closeness than your partner gives. So you chase, they pull back, you chase harder. And yet the connection feels electric. That's not love at its best. That's two attachment wounds recognizing each other. What to do with this? Understanding your attachment style doesn't kill attraction. It helps you understand why certain people feel magnetic, and whether that magnetism is pulling you toward growth or back into old pain. The fifth force, the halo effect. Beauty rewires your judgment. Studies consistently show that we unconsciously attribute positive qualities, intelligence, kindness, competence, to physically attractive people. Real-life example, someone attractive cancels on you last minute, and you make excuses for them. Someone less attractive does the same thing, and you see it as a red flag. Same behavior, completely different interpretation. What to do with this? When you're strongly attracted to someone, ask yourself one question. Would I accept this behavior from someone I wasn't attracted to? That question cuts through the halo every time. 5 forces: familiarity, misattributed arousal, scarcity, attachment wounds, the halo effect. None of these make your feelings fake. Attraction is real, but understanding what's driving it gives you something most people never have: a choice. You can feel the pull and still ask, is this pulling me towards something good? Quick recap: if someone feels intensely familiar too fast, check if that's chemistry or repetition. If a connection formed during an intense moment, separate the adrenaline from the emotion. If you want someone more when they're unavailable, recognize the scarcity trap. If the push-pull feels addictive, look at attachment styles. And if you're making excuses for attractive people you wouldn't make for others, that's the halo talking. Which of these 5 hit closest to home? Drop it in the comments. I read every single one. And if someone you know keeps falling for the wrong person, send them this. Sometimes understanding the pattern is the first step to breaking it.